hidden treasure. The words alone spark something primal, a call to adventure. We picture pirates, ancient kings, and fortunes sealed away, waiting for discovery. These stories are woven into our history, fueling dreams of freedom and unimaginable wealth. But treasure isn't just a fantasy. Even today, people stumble upon lost riches, Roman coins in a field, silver in a shipwreck. The thrill isn't just the money, it's the connection to the past, the story, the quest. But what if you weren't the finder but the hider? Imagine a fortune so vast, you trust no one, not banks, not friends. You'd need a secret place, a modern-day treasure chest. This isn't about finding what's lost, but hiding what you have so well, it's never found. It's a test of cunning, grit, and nerve. This is the story of one man who faced that challenge. He had $16 million in cash, and he decided the only safe place was a hole he'd dig himself. A secret tunnel, right under his own home, not a quest for gold, but a desperate mission for security. He would turn his ordinary house into a fortress, a personal bank vault, buried deep in the ground. His story is a masterclass in survival, ingenuity, and the extreme lengths a person will go to protect a secret. What drives someone to such extremes? How do you hide a fortune from the world? And what happens when the secret is finally unearthed? Let's dig in. Why did Jose Marian C. have $16 million in cash? And why hide it? He ran a successful plumbing supply business in Valencia, Spain, but he kept much of his earnings off the books, undeclared, untaxed, invisible to the law. This pile of cash was both a blessing and a curse. He couldn't deposit it in a bank, too risky, too many questions. Banks report large cash transactions, authorities would come knocking. So despite his wealth, Jose was trapped. He couldn't use his fortune freely. The global financial crisis of 2008 made things worse. Banks were collapsing, savings evaporating. Jose's paranoia grew. He trusted no one, not the government, not the banks. If a bank failed, his secret money would vanish, and he'd have no legal recourse. He realized the only person he could trust was himself. He needed to take physical control of his fortune, all $16 million. But where do you hide that much cash? A fire, a flood, or a robbery could wipe it out. He needed a solution that was secure, secret, and completely under his control. The answer: build a vault no one would ever find. Not in a bank, not in a safe deposit box, but under his own feet. The risk was enormous, but so was the reward. For Jose, it was the only way to keep his fortune safe. And so, the plan for a secret underground vault was born. Jose needed an invisible fortress, hidden in plain sight. His own home was the perfect cover-quiet neighborhood, nothing suspicious. Hiding the money at home meant constant access and total control. But $16 million in cash takes up space. He needed more than a hiding spot. He needed a vault. The only place to build it without raising suspicion. Underground. The plan: dig a tunnel from his garage, leading to a secret chamber. The entrance had to be perfectly concealed. Maybe a false wall or hidden hatch. From there, a vertical shaft would drop down, then a horizontal tunnel to the vault. The chamber would be just big enough for the cash, stored in plastic containers to protect it from moisture. Every detail had to be flawless. Stability, ventilation, secrecy. He had to remove dirt without anyone noticing, reinforce the tunnel, and keep the project invisible. One mistake, a cave-in, a nosy neighbor, could ruin everything. This wasn't just construction, it was a covert operation. Jose was about to become a one-man tunneling crew, engineer and security expert. The risks were huge, but so was the prize. If he succeeded, his fortune would be untouchable. If he failed, he'd lose everything. The blueprint was set. Now, it was time to dig. The challenge: outsmart the world and the earth itself. Could he pull it off? The digging began. Jose started in his garage, breaking through the concrete floor, a point of no return. He picked a discreet corner, easy to cover if interrupted. With heavy tools, he smashed through concrete, then hit earth. Digging a tunnel is grueling, dangerous work. He dug a vertical shaft, using a shovel and bucket, hauling dirt up, over and over. He worked late at night, when the neighborhood slept. As the shaft deepened, he reinforced the walls with wooden planks to prevent collapse. Air was a problem. He rigged up basic ventilation with pipes or a fan. After 3 meters, he began digging horizontally. the tunnel itself. The space was tight. He crawled on his stomach, scraping away dirt. Every bucket of soil had to be hauled out, disposed of without a trace. Progress was slow, the work lonely and claustrophobic. Every inch was earned through sweat and determination. The risk of collapse, the fear of discovery, the isolation. It was a battle against the earth and his own limits. But Jose pressed on, night after night. The tunnel grew, inch by inch. The secret vault was taking shape. The fortune would soon have a home. But the hardest part was yet to come. Jose wasn't a miner. He was a plumbing distributor, learning as he went. His tools were basic: sledgehammer, jackhammer, shovel, pickaxe, buckets. He timed noisy work for the day, blending in with neighborhood sounds. For digging, he used a short-handled shovel and pickaxe, hauling dirt with buckets and a rope pulley. He reinforced the tunnel with wooden beams, brought in piece by piece. Lighting came from extension cords and bulbs. The biggest challenge: dirt disposal. He packed soil into small bags, driving them to dumpsters or using it for landscaping. Every step required secrecy and planning. The operation was exhausting, but meticulous. For years he worked alone, building his underground fortress. Nature fought back at every turn. Some soil was soft, but dense clay and rocks slowed him down. Hitting a boulder meant hours of chipping away by hand. Water was a constant threat. Rain or groundwater could flood the tunnel. He used plastic sheeting and a sump pump to keep things dry. Mold and moisture threatened the cache, so he sealed it in plastic containers. The greatest danger: a cave-in. Every creak or trickle of dirt was a warning. Alone underground, a collapse would be fatal. The physical and mental strain was immense. He lived a double life: businessman by day, secret digger by night. The project took years, fueled by paranoia and determination. The tunnel was a test of endurance, secrecy, and willpower. But Jose refused to quit. Why not just use a bank or Swiss account? Jose's money was undeclared. Any bank would create a paper trail. Even safety deposit boxes weren't safe. Too many needed, too much attention, and banks keep records. The 2008 crisis shattered his trust in institutions. He wanted zero risk, total control. Only a secret vault under his own house offered that. No digital trail, no access logs, no questions. Security by obscurity. No one would ever suspect. The tunnel was his personal bank, and he was the only key holder. For years, Jose's secret stayed safe. The tunnel was finished, the cache hidden, life above ground normal, but secrets worth millions rarely stay buried. In 2011, police investigating a kidnapping stumbled onto Jose's name. Suspected of money laundering, they searched his home. The house seemed ordinary, until they reached the garage. Something was off. A strange patch of floor, a subtle mark. Investigators dug deeper, literally. They found the hidden hatch, the shaft, the tunnel. At the end, plastic containers packed with cash. $16 million unearthed. Years of work, secrecy, and paranoia, exposed in a single moment. The fortress had been breached. Jose's secret was out. The risk he took to protect his fortune had led to his downfall. The world finally saw what he'd buried. The discovery was a sensation. Spain's King of Cash and his underground vault. Jose was arrested for tax evasion and other crimes. His elaborate plan became the evidence that sealed his fate. The very vault meant to save him brought him down. History is full of secret tunnels and hidden rooms, symbols of defiance, autonomy, and risk. Jose's tunnel was a monument to paranoia and ingenuity. It shows the lengths we'll go to protect what we value. But secrets built on crime rarely last. For a while, he beat the system. But no secret is ever truly safe. The earth hides treasures and mistakes. Sooner or later, the truth digs itself out, and every buried fortune comes with a price.